This is your daily market recap for Thursday, July 6th, 2023. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, July 6th, 2023. Let's get into it. All right, as we expected, market starting to pull back, novice gap trap on the market and the indexes. Now what? Well, it is the beginning of the month. You have options expiration coming up quickly. I mean, if I had to guess, in my opinion, miseducated opinion, I've said this, worst case scenario, July is choppy. Best case scenario is choppy. Worst case, July could be a slaughter. That's my opinion. The first half of the year, people, accused. NASDAQ had the best 6 months ever. And I personally think it's not sustainable. There's going to be profit taking. People are going to take the money and run because it looks like the feds are going to have to do what? Continue to raise rates. They're going to put a kibosh on the market at some point. That's just what they're doing. They're trying to pull liquidity out. They're trying to create stability without stability. Again, if you're not familiar, name one time when the Federal Reserve has navigated a soft landing. Leave a message, please. Define this opportunity or define the time that they actually did. If you can remember such, please leave a comment below. But the irony is, hasn't happened. So we'll get into some of the charts, some of the things we're seeing, some of the stuff that looks like it's confirming more bearishness. New to the channel, want to join? Link is in the description below for the Discord room. Hit me up on Twitter. Posting a ton of charts today, trade ideas. This is where I post them. If you're not in the Discord room, it's free. Follow on Twit. Again, YouTube, follow, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell because, again, I do live chats a couple times a week. Tons of the Back to Beginner education series. It's also on my website, thetradingagent.com. If you have any questions, please reach out. Always got that Marcus deal going, 5.15% for high yield savings account if you need to get your money out of places because you need to be federally insured. I promise you, at some point, there's going to be banking issues. If you are not in a position where you are insured by the FDIC under $250,000, $500 for couples, but please be careful. I'm telling you, the banking crisis is not over. All right, FedWatch tool. Based on the ADP numbers, which are all fluff, people having multiple jobs, kids joining the market, all the major high-paying jobs starting to get cut, low-paying jobs on the increase. But either way, the jobs number giving the feds what? The requirement to continue to raise. Again, they're going to raise us into the oblivion. Now, remember, this is subject to change. Keep an eye on it. Bitcoin. So we talked about chopping around. I don't trust it up here. Again, it's like metals, materials, all these things. Let the Fed get to the pivot point. Oil chopping around. OPEC's probably due for another cut. We've told people to leave it the hell alone. Like natural gas, just leave it alone. All this stuff at some point will be epic buys. But why do you want to buy it now when they have not capitulated? The market is not capitulating. Has not yet capitulated. That's my point. So be careful. The dollar. What did we say? Oh, sorry. Let me zoom her in. We said since, end of last year, it's consolidating after a big run up. Here you go. Making higher highs, higher lows. The 200 days key. Once we get over it, little choppy action. It could get a lot worse. TLT. Back at range lows. A lot of people asked me weeks ago, what do I think of the TLT? And I said many times, just like the dollar, expect range bound until it's not. The volatility in these indexes is key. Decent amount of volume today. Someone who was dumping the bonds. Is it sustainable? Keep an eye on it. Tech doesn't like higher rates either. Just keep that in mind. VIX. Some people were talking junk about potentially buying down here. I'm like, why would you not anticipate the VIX going higher? You must be literally one of the dumbest people on the planet to not think that the VIX was a trading opportunity down here. Again, I'm not talking to anyone directly. I'm just saying in general. Like, I saw some people giving people crap for this in the Discord room. I'm like, what? What? Huh? The VIX at 13? Bear markets never bottom with a VIX at 38? Are you kidding? Like this, again, if you could be patient and you had the right trade in play, absolutely. Fucking no-brainer. Excuse my language. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be mean anyway, but I was just like, what are you thinking? Not thinking that the VIX trade would be on down here. Remember, we talked about in the UVXY reverse splits, what does it typically do? Bounce. So, look at the VIX now. Now people say, oh, is that bearish? Again, I mean, it's the summer. Expect the chop. VIX said holding that, 80s range? I could say hammer. I mean, could it all come back? Anything's possible. Just keep an eye on it. Chop, chop. SPY, we talked about the novice gap. Now what? Little doge. Professional gap down. Curious to see how the next couple days continue going on. Again, it could be choppy. Just I'd love for it to dump, but could it chop? QQQ, same thing. Double top. Retest M. 20-day is the key. The key level. IWM. Leading down, lagging, lagging, lagging. M top looks ugly. Again, I mean, just pulling through the indexes. We talked about it. You know, all of them hit some upper bounds or double topped, hitting chop range highs. Keep an eye on it. If they fail, they fail. Gold, said for months, leave it alone. Said second quarter is always crappy for gold. Not always, but typically still crappy. Going nowhere fast. Again, wait for the Feds to pivot. I'm telling you, they will absolutely destroy the stuff potentially with margin calls, raising the margin calls on the CME. They will try to punish the stuff down to get people who bought the last run up to puke. Silver, same thing. Leave it alone. GDX, you're welcome. If you follow this trade, said short it. Double top. 20-day. Watch what happens. If it makes lower lows, coming right back to 26s. GDXJ, remember the juniors lead. What are they doing? Lower highs, looking just as ugly, maybe leading even more. Sorry, folks. AG, again, I think there's a certain price. Is a buyout target. Keep an eye out on this 5s level. I mean, it could go lower because they could throw the baby out with the bathwater, but man, I don't think there's much downside. Unless, again, the credit stuff gets worse than anything is possible. Just keep that in mind. I mean, again, all the stuff, I wouldn't buy it. I just wait. AEM, take out 47, 48 area. Hasta la vista, baby. Newmont, we've talked about lagging. There's a reason why these things look like crap. Biggest name in the sector, no love. No love. A pass, again, pass on it. I mean, all these names. Again, let them be destroyed. Feel free to shop after people have given up. Taiwan Semi. So keep an eye on it. So if you have any questions, let's take a look at it, right? But we've talked about this thing being a dog. We talked about the Galaga. Blow off top. Pew, 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 pew. Now you're making lower lows. Again, watch the 96 level. If it is going to go, it's going to go, and it's going to be ugly. And again, Micron, we talked about, like, people were getting excited about, like, earnings on chips. It's just, no. Now, could this bounce? I mean, it's oversold. I mean, it's a choppy, sloppy guy. But we talked about these blow-off tops, professional gaps. They're not coming back. These stocks are toast. They could chop around, but if you're owning these for the long term, I'm telling you, you're going to get punished. AMD, we talked about it bouncing off of the 50-day and this 108, 107 level. Pops up to the 20-day. Again, I think this all comes crashing down at some point because guess what? Chips always do. I was laughing at the joke that, oh, NVIDIA's got this chip, and then it's like everybody is literally trying to duplicate them everywhere. 20-day NVIDIA, watch it. If it goes, it goes. Intel, talked about this being a donkey. Man, here you go. Gaps down, chops again. All this stuff is blown off. It's all done. Here's a trap bull zone, upside target near term. Look at this fake break of the trend line. Boom, and then it comes right back. All this stuff looks absolutely terrible. I mean, Charles Barkley it's terrible. SMH below the 20-day key. Now, I know it gapped down below it, but it looks green. Don't look at the candle. Look at the reaction. If it's really a deal, people will be buying it. Couldn't get back over the 20-day. Keep an eye on that. Adobes. Chopping around. Chop, 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 chop. 20-day is the key. We've talked about this one again. So many trade setups. The apple, the fruit. Watch this 191, 192 area. Seems very likely. Novice gap. Filled. Back up. Kaplow. That's my guess. Amazon. I'm really hoping this gets up to 134 because I'd love to short that, but I don't know if we're going to get there. Again, watch the 20-day. If you zoom out, you can see why this area matters in here. 134s, 133, whatever. But 20-day breaks, probably done. CRM CEO sells $100 million worth. It's going sideways. AI, again, they better push out some AI headlines soon. A lot of these companies just look like they're sitting on the precipice of diving. Guggenheim, Google, same thing. Talk about it, chop top, 50-day hold, 20-day. Now it's chopping in between. Could it go anywhere? Anywhere, yes. Meta, buy the rumor, sell the news, coming into major spots right here. Major. They're going to try to compete with Twitter. Good luck with that. Microsoft, nice little bounce. Again, 20 days the key. 20 is the key. I mean, it's retesting old time highs, 1618 old fibs. Just keep an eye on this. 20-day break, goodbye. NDAQ, we've said why we think the NASDAQ tech stocks are dead because, again, the exchange is showing you it's dying. Again, the volumes will never be the same. They're not going to have the same tech bubble. Those names are all have to go what? It's a bubble. Kapow. They're going to get bought out, kapow, and then some are survive. But in general, don't trust it. NDAQ, short pops. MicroStrategy. Interesting. We talked about watch the confluence here at the trend lines. I would be keeping an eye on that. Netflixer. We talked about it getting an upgrade yesterday. It was a joke that it could even really hold up. Brokers. Keyword is broke. They don't help you out. Roblox, again, we talked about this chopping around. I mean, I like this name at lower prices. I just keeping an eye on things. Good old Tesla. Talked about the trend line was in play. Could it short arm it? As long as you hold in like above this 274, 75, I think that's possible at any point. Just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it, right? Oh, Starbucks, wanted to show this one to people because I thought this was a good trade. If it breaks, again, it's breaking, gap down, breaking this mid 90s, upper 90s. I think it could come right back down into the 80s. Looks like a short to me. Let's get into what? Materials. X. Talked about this. China rallies on China stimulus. Remember what happens when they have to stimulate? Means things are bad. Gapping down. Waterfall. Nucor holding up a little better. Got to give it credit, right? Got to give it credit. Holding up, but just probably a matter of time. Caterpillar. Identify this as a trade. M-top 20-day once it breaks. Come back to 206 pretty quickly. We'll see. VALE. Another global growth name. Just nothing. I mean, a lot of these names. Arrow. We like this name on pullbacks long term. It's been holding up really well. Looks like a double top, y'all. CCJ, told people again, low 30s. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Now what? Here we go. Keep an eye on it. If you break below the 50, goodbye. Arrivederci. Adios. CF, a lot of these names, again, leave them alone. We like ag because you got to eat. Playa got to eat later? Not now. Leave this stuff alone. Mosaic, again, NTR, all good names. They just look like they're stuck in the spin cycle. Just, it is what it is. Hopefully people are just being patient, right? Being patient. They're like, what does that mean? Well, being patient means being patient, right? Like if you're not, right? You're not, good luck. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Because there's a lot of people here who, again, we have these conversations routinely. I've got to jump on board. I've got to do it all. I've got to get in now. Okay. Just be careful. Love these names. Keep an eye on them. Just watching it. Whatever. Alcoa, another global growth name, looking so not globally growing. What is that, right? Aluminum. XLF, we said. Now watch this action up here. Nice little gap down below the 200-day. Keep an eye on it. Something looks fishy. That's all I can say with that. Something looks fishy. JP Morgan talked about maybe a blow-off top trap. Look at all these gaps. A little exhaustive. Now it comes back holding the 20-day. Again, watch the mid-140s. Morgan Stanley, no love. No love. Gap down. Bye. Goldman Sachs, again, I mean, these names look very tenuous. Very tenuous. And you look at the KRE we've talked about. Oversold, short squeeze. Now it's chopping. I mean, you take out this 39s, mid-39s. Yeah, you can see a lot lower. XBI, talked about this breaking the wedge. Now making lower lows. I mean, again, things that don't look bullish, right? Yeah, everyone keeps asking me about MP. And I'm going to tell you, I said sell it yesterday on the 100-day. Said the 100-day was important. Again, let it come back in. Let it base out. Let it play its games. Now, again, if it goes higher, I'm like, oh, I told you, rare earth metals. I'm telling you right now, rare earth metals, yes, important. But if the global growth story is slowing down, these companies are going to get penalized. They're not going to be immune unless they have some story where they're going to get bought out by some company. At this point, I said yesterday, here's the easy trade. Get the hell out. No people, nobody listens, but we'll see what happens. TAN, solar names, we talked about these bouncing. Bam, coming right back down, taking out the lows, looking good. ENPH, we talked about this, chopping around. Just watch the range lows, said the 50, 20-day cross. Keep it on the 152. If it breaks it, oh gosh, the dam opens. Cedriton, we talked about oversold, bounce, fake breakdown, fake rally. Now what? Remember, keep people like, what does fake mean? Traps. Trap. Like get all the bears getting real excited, squeeze it, get them giving up and capitulating, getting the bulls buying, then pulling the rug and doing the same thing going the other way. So far, so good. For solar, right? Talked about this one. Dead cat bounce up to here. Any test to 195, I think, is an easy short. HYG, look at this. Corporate debt breaking the uptrend. I mean, I call it a wedge maybe. Not good. Corporate debt's getting sold. You got issues. Let's end of oil, gas in the names. Oil, chopping. UNG, please just leave it alone. I think it needs a reverse split. It's just dead money. XOP put out a little trade, said watch this thing. It's trading in this range, 129 to 115s. I think it's coming right back down the lows. And if it breaks below it, even better, because then you'll have some great opportunities to buy. If you shorted ExxonMobil in the 118 to 116 range, again, the monthly range, this is looking like it's a coming down. Keep an eye on these levels because it could break. PX Dizzle, talked about many times. 150-day chopping. Keep an eye on it, right? I'm just throwing out all these ideas. Oxy, here you go. Going nowhere. Buffett selling lots of cover calls. EQT. Talked about a nice little rally. Watch what happened up here at the top of the range. Now 20-day breaks. Look out below. We'll end it with Flex LNG as we always do. Love the dividend. Think we're going to be a big export of natural gas in time. Be safe. Be careful. All right. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm telling you right now, I think this market is going to probably pull back. And remember, your favorite names, don't trust them. And if you have tech and you're not taking profits, oh my God, the market's going to take them for you. If you have commodity names and you're trading around them, great. But just don't be surprised if they get absolutely slaughtered. That's just what's going to happen. I appreciate all the love, support, the generous donations. Again, all donations go back into the website helping people. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, just reach out. Don't hesitate. What's the worst case scenario? I can't get back to you immediately. All right. Talk to you guys and gals later.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.